some people are afraid to wish for fame, but I say, why not? Why not wish for that? Because, I mean, isn't it cool? I mean, like, you've had people do fan art of your work, haven't you, Jake?
I've had people dress up as characters too. That was super cool. Here's the thing: is like if you want a certain level of success in your in publishing, there's going to be an element of notoriety and fame that comes along with that. So it's just something that you have to. And I wouldn't say, me personally, like I'm famous in certain circles. I am, but not in like a mainstream sort of. I'm niche famous, not mainstream famous, right? And so there's like this really cool thing, like, oh yeah, like look at that kid did that. That kid dressed up in a design that I did. Like I've had kids do Skull Chaser, which doesn't even have a comic really, but they've done Missile Mouse and they've done Awesome Man, both children's books and comic books. And it's a nice high and it's a nice buzz, but that's not enough to like drawing those things takes months to finish
Right.
and to pour energy into. And so ultimately like those are just some bonus like boosts, but really what drives me to create is I want to make something cool and I actually enjoy the process when I get to the end of the day and I look at that thing that I've created. Like there's just satisfaction in that, to the point that I've been creating things without showing anybody. There's some things that I don't show, and it's just for me, right? And I think that's healthy. I think there needs to be a piece of you that isn't for sale, that isn't for anybody else. That's
what I do with realistic painting. I keep that all to myself. I don't show it.
Those self-portrait nudes that you've been doing.
Oh yeah. Well, I show those. Gotta find
Don't
the right.
Don't hide
room.
your light under a bushel basket, Lee. Come on, we want to see.
Well, there's a certain risk that comes with fame too.
Now we know the real reason Lee's gallery didn't
Hey.
didn't really happen.
Oh, the mural-sized one is what turned everybody off. No, a risk that comes with notoriety and fame too is that you get, for lack of a better term, pigeonholed. I mean, I know that's happened with even fine artists who think, oh, I can paint whatever I want to. Steve Houston comes to mind. He's a painter, does boxers and all that stuff. He paints other stuff too, but once he got famous for doing the boxers, the second he doesn't do a boxer, people will say, why didn't you paint a boxer? Like that.
Right.
There's an expectation that falls on you that with a certain amount of success, it's hard to get around.
Right. I got to tell you, when I got married this year to a great woman, and her name's Lily, and I told her, she's like, well, when we were dating, I didn't tell her that I was an illustrator or anything. It didn't come up for quite a while. I was like, I do art and stuff. But then, moving down the road, we ended up, after we got married, she's like, I had her convinced that I was just a guy, because I'm like not recognizable. I'm not famous or anything. I just illustrate books. But because of the podcast and because of my YouTube channel and because of teaching at the university for almost 10 years, and I've just been very visible online, there's a lot of people in this particular area that I live in that if I'm at the grocery store or something will recognize me. So, and I'll be in the grocery store and maybe, let's say in a year, maybe I'll get recognized 5 or 6 times, maybe a dozen times. Well, in the first week after we were married and we moved back here, we went on a hike and someone's like, are you Will Terry? And it happened at the grocery store. It happened when we were out on another walk, and it happened like
so
4
people
or 5
that you
times.
didn't know before, they just knew you from
Right.
Okay.
I got like my whole year's worth all in like the first week or two, and she's looking at me going,
Who is
Who
this
are
guy? Lee, you don't get that?
Oh, I do. I've just gotten used to it.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
No, it was
The
pretty
worst
funny.
is like the helicopters when they start like just circling your house all the time. Oh man, I can't handle that.
Paparazzi, put my business in the news.